What's up, guys? This is the commented version of the build video of the JeNo 4.5 of the version 1.5.1 Classic. Yeah, let's start right into it. So make sure you've downloaded the assembly guide. I will link this down in the description. The assembly is yeah, it's pretty easy and self-explanatory, so you can do it on your own easily when you see the images of the frame. So just make sure you use the right screw length for the frame, and maybe use some Loctite to fix the screw connection. I will display the Loctite I recommend for drone frames. I think it's the 222 Loctite version. Let me check this. I have an image of this one. So yeah, it's a Loctite version 3x2 for anti-loosening, detachable, oil resistant, high temperature resistant, but with medium strength screw compound, so you can loosen it after several flights or for maintenance. Yeah, the assembling is pretty easy so far. If this video is too fast for you, check the full build video, the full silent build video, where you can see the full build without music, just me working on this nice quad. Yeah, after finishing of the assembling, we can straight move forward of mounting the motors. I linked all 3D printed 3D files of my cool 3D profile. I changed the arm mounts a little bit, more like the arm mount of the iFly Chimera V2 or the Recon 7. I think it's a little bit nicer to have these beefy arms and a little bit of height when you stand or land on harder ground. This same thing here. Make sure you have the right screw length. I tried different screw length. The original screws worked for the part next to the frame, but for the part outside the arm, you need a little bit longer screws. So beware not to touch the winding of the motors. Yeah, the assembling is also straightforward. It's 4 motors, easy, nothing special. Yeah, maybe something special here. I choose some protection for the motor wires. The length I choose is 40 millimeters. The space you have is around 50 millimeters. So make sure you have the right length of this one. Yeah, for the GPS I choose the Flywoo Goku V3 with magnetometer. I designed the mount for this on top of the JeNo, so you can download it. It's almost the same mount for 3-inch, 5-inch and 7-inch. For the 3-inch I needed to switch the rotation also for the 5-inch, I think because you don't have the length of the cinder plate of the 7-inch one. Yeah, mounting the Wi-Fi beeper, it's also easy. I remixed the mount for the beeper, for capacitor, and the Super D receiver from Beta FPV. So this is nothing special. Yeah, coming to the antenna mount, I remixed the original mount or the mount I found online from a guy. You can choose between the original 04 antenna and a dual band antenna or a dual antenna for this mount, as well as yeah, there's a small attachment for using the ERS receiver. So it's pretty easy. Make sure you use some electrical tape to cover the screws on the 3-inch, 5-inch and 7-inch one. Yeah, for this build I choose a SpeedyBee, FC and EC. Link is down in the comment section. In this video you will see that I take the plugs for connecting the FC with the EC. I had some problems with the connection, probably because of touching the frame, so the rubber is not thick enough. I just unplugged the screw, cut a little bit away of the connector, and soldered FC and EC together. Make sure you have the correct wiring diagram, because there are many different connections, many different versions of the SpeedyBee and EC combinations you can buy at AliExpress. So I needed to do some wiring as well for the 04 Pro as well, because the plug was mixed up with the voltage and the TX and RX. But this is pretty easy here. Just soldering the EC. Once again, if it's too quick for you, just check the full length of the video. It's about 2 hours. Yeah, I've chosen the Better FPV Super D receiver for this build, and also for the 5-inch and 3-inch build. Normally it's enough for 5-inch or 3-inch if you use the Happy Model EP1, EP2, a small one with the external antenna, with the dipole. But I wanted to be sure and safe with the telemetry connection when I will travel to Indonesia. This will be one of the next videos, hopefully from Flores. Yeah, I just want to be safe and have 3 times almost the same setup, 3 times the same frame, 3 times the same receiver, 2 times the same beeper. On the 7-inch I have the same beeper as on the 5-inch, the WeFly Finder 2. On the 3-inch I choose the WeFly Finder Mini because of the space. Yeah, okay, the soldering of the receiver and making the connection is straightforward and easy. Soldering the motors, it's also easy. Just make sure you have enough solder iron and a good solder, have a solder iron and enough solder on the wire and the connection, that it's not a cold connection. The solder iron I use is a different one, it's the Fnisri. I will link this down in the description. It's pretty good. It has a USB-C connection. It's usable within 90 volt direct DC. Yeah. So you can use a small 4S LiPo, not a 6S LiPo. That's why I soldered directly XT30 to the solder iron, so I don't connect 6S by accident to the solder iron. But you can also use it via a power bank or via a Hotta D6 USB output or ESD PD608. Yeah, so this is pretty easy and simple, nothing special here. Mounting everything together. Once again, if you don't know how to assemble everything, make sure you print it out, the assembly guide. It's pretty easy. I think I didn't mention that I choose the Cinder version of the 5-inch and 7-inch one, so that I don't have any props in view with the 04 Pro. For the 3-inch it's the standard version, but there's also no props in view. As I'm seeing this with the the cables of the GPS, I switched the direction where I lay down the cable inside the frame. I had some problems with not getting a GPS lock, but this was easily solved with yeah, rewiring everything, and now I get quick lock with 5 satellites. And when I have a long session, it's at the end it's about 10 or 30 satellites. I had the GPS over the last 2 years on my Recon 7, and it was perfect. I mounted it in the back, not in the front section. Usually I prefer it in the back, but the JeNo 5 has enough space to mount it directly on top in combination with a GoPro mount for the 5" and 7". For the 5" there is something online. It's also linked down. For the 7" I need to remix it a little bit in order to have more stiffness. Yeah, mounting the 04, also linked down in the description, 3D printed files, so that the antenna has some space, and yeah, we have more cooling for the 04 Pro when the drone is on in a hot sun or high temperature environment. Yeah, depends on where you are. So mounting is pretty easy. There are also some TPU parts, yeah, soft mounting parts. It's nice to have, but yeah, I choose this version because I had good experience with these 4 screws underneath the 04 with the TPU. One thing I have to mention, the guy or the shop I bought all of the frames, I will also display this probably here, forgot to drill the holes for the 04 Pro, so I had to drill it on my own. I ordered a T700 carbon for all of these frames. I will show the small image or the video of the shop right now, so you can see which configuration this build is. Yeah, so we are almost finished with the build. At the end of the build, I realized that the antenna mount from the Super D is a little bit too short for the mount I designed, so I need either a longer antenna or an extension. So I choose to order an extension because it was cheaper. It was for €3 for 2 extensions as for the UFL connector. But I had to wait 1 day till the Amazon package arrived. Yeah, mounting everything together. Make sure no wire is inside the strap when you want to fix the LiPo. When you place the top cover on the frame, just make sure that you don't fix or if you don't break a connection on the cable because you pull it down. I also designed 2 or 3 mounts you can place over the standoffs that hold the cables down. I will display this, I'll overlay this in the video, so it's not possible to break a cable while screwing the top plate down. Yeah, so we finished the build. Pretty easy. 2 straps, 2 small straps. I ordered a new one. I had some gem fans, but they had the rubber was missing on them. I tried some of these iFlight ones. Yes, iFlight ones. 15 by 250 millimeters. So it's a smaller one. On the smaller one, but you can take 2 of them just for safety. I'm not freestyling hard, but for cinematic reasons and to stay safe. Yeah, I edit on the video some flight footage some days after I finished the build, so make sure you stay tuned for the, or stay active on in the video for the flight footage. It's nothing special, but you can see how it flies. I used the preset from WeAreFPV, also everything linked down in the description. If you have any questions or if you're not sure how to set this up, check my channel. There are videos for the latest beta flight, there are videos for latest ELRS, the latest HDX, reviews of the controller, probably, maybe, of the Hello Radio V12 Max and Radio Master TX15. So I hope you enjoy the flight footage. It's D-Log M profile with the ND filter. I had a fixed shutter testing 1/120, yeah, because I recorded in 4K by 60, and now I just yeah, did some color correction and some grading. If you find some jitters, let me know in the comments. As far as I watched the video, there are no jitters. I only have some problems with the 7-inch one. I had some preset installed. The first flight in Switzerland I did with the 7-inch was really nice. There were 2 jitters when I came down the hill, and then I flashed a new preset I found, or which worked before, and changed the propeller from a HQ 7x4x3 to a HQ 7x5x4. Yeah. But this doesn't help. This was totally wrecked. The footage is not usable. Yeah, I have to wait for the 04 Pro Doctor. I don't know how did she call it on Discord. I will also link the Jamie Flies FPV, the gyro doctor. She did some awesome stuff, and waiting for a software release to maybe fix the software. It was intentionally designed for the new gyro problem with the DJI Pro, but I hope I can reuse it for this kind of problem, because it's yeah, a lot of micro jitter after stabilization.